Hi everyone, and welcome to this Yin Yoga practice, a full body stretch, holding poses between 1 and 3 minutes to help increase flexibility and release tension, cultivating more freedom in the body and calming the mind. You may choose to use props in this practice, a yoga strap or something like it, and a yoga block or a pillow instead. Once you have your props, you can place them off to one side where they are easily accessible. Then center yourself on your yoga mat, beginning with Reclined Butterfly, with the option to use your block or pillow under the shoulder blades to create a gentle chest opener. Now lay down on your back. Relax your head to the mat, soles of the feet touching as your knees fall wide to the side. Option to hold your hips with your hands to start. Scanning your body with your awareness, noticing if you're holding any tension. Make any adjustments you need so that you can relax fully. And when you're ready, begin to connect with the breath. Take a nice big inhale through the nose and a big exhale out the mouth. Sigh it out. Again, a big deep inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth, letting go. One more big belly breath. Inhale fully, expand. And exhale to surrender into the pose. Sealing your lips, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the nose. Continuing with nice, long, deep breath throughout the practice. We will remain in this pose for another minute or so. You have the option to exit a pose early at any time in this practice. Otherwise, from here, you might want to reach your arms overhead now and melt them into the mat. Soften once again and return to long, deep breath. Now gently slide hands under thighs, pressing knees to touch, planting your feet. Rolling over to one side, off your prop, using your bottom arm as a pillow. Take a moment here, allowing the hips to recenter. Stay with this relaxation as you slowly press up and move your prop to one side. Then come through to a tabletop centered on your mat, with hands under shoulders and knees under hips. Continuing with cat and cow. On an inhale, arch your spine, drop the belly down and lift the chin through cow pose. Exhale to round the back, relax the neck through cat. Like a wave, inhale, lift the sits bones, drop the belly, open the heart, and exhale, tuck the tail around the back. One more each way, moving with the breath. Return to a flat back through child's pose. Big toes touch, knees wide, hips to heels, head down, arms outstretched. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, walk your hands to the left side off your mat. Option to plant right hand on top of left, head down to the ground. Breathing long, deep breaths into this right side lateral stretch. Now relax the face and jaw. Release any tension you may be holding. And with every exhale, soften a little deeper into the pose. Now slowly walk your hands through center and over to the right side off the mat, with the option to place left hand on top of right, forehead to the mat. Breathing long, deep breaths into this passive left side lateral stretch, softening deeper with every exhale. Beautiful. Now walk your hands back to center, and with hands shoulder distance, slide your heart through and lower to Sphinx pose. With your feet hip distance, hands in line with elbows, elbows under shoulders. From here, slide the left knee out to the left, in line with your hip, 90-degree bend with the leg. Lower the left hip down to deepen that stretch. If this feels too much for the back, stack hands with elbows wide, forehead to hands, for a crocodile variation. Otherwise, from Sphinx pose, gaze softly forward and breathe long, deep breaths into the space that needs it the most in this pose. For the last minute here, option to straighten your arms to gently deepen the back bend. Keep a neutral neck, relax the legs, and stay connected with an even rhythm of breath. Now back to Sphinx pose, sliding the left leg straight back and preparing for the other side. Sliding right knee out in line with right hip, foot under knee at 90 degrees. Once again, you can lower into the crocodile variation with stacked hands under forehead. Otherwise, Sphinx pose, relaxing the shoulders, gazing softly forward, and breathing deeply into the back and the hip stretch. From here, you can straighten the arms if you'd like. Keep a neutral neck. Soften the face and jaw. Relax the belly and let the legs be heavy. Continuing with breath, the focus point of the practice. Now back into Sphinx pose through to crocodile pose with hands under forehead. Slide your right leg back to match left, then bend through the knees. And with your feet high, let your legs fall from side to side, gently releasing through the low back and the hips. Now center your legs, lower them to the mat. Press up to tabletop. Tuck the toes, lower hips to heels for child's pose with a foot stretch. Option 4, head to the mat or stack hands under the forehead. intentionally sending your breath to your feet. Just a few more long, deep breaths here. Slowly rise to tabletop. Untuck toes, tapping the feet. Now sit back on your heels. Option to stay or plant hands behind you. Lifting the knees and breathing into this counter stretch for your feet. Lower your knees gently and come through tabletop to downward facing dog. Take any movement that feels good. Bending one knee at a time. Yes and no with the head. Releasing back body and neck. Now slide the right shin behind your hands, lowering into pigeon pose, known as the Swan. Use your block or pillow under the right hip for support if it's really lifted here. Otherwise, you can plant the block out in front to support the head and neck. Your back leg is straight back behind you. And with a long spine, fold centered over your front shin. Relax your head down to the block or the ground, and relax the face and jaw. Soften your shoulders, relax your hip, and let the back leg be supported fully. Connect with long, deep breath. If the mind has begun to wander, gently guide it back to your breath. We are here for another minute. You have the option to lower yourself a little closer towards the mat, perhaps forehead down now to the ground. Breathe long, deep breaths, and I'll wake you in a moment. Now begin to walk yourself up through seated and face the long edge of your mat, hugging the right heel in towards your seat and the left leg to an angle. Option for props here. You can wrap your strap around the mounds of your left toes. Now, if you find it difficult to sit tall, the back is deeply rounded, then sit on your block or pillow. Otherwise, lengthen your spine and forward fold over your left leg. Option for blocked forehead here to support the head and neck. Breathing deeply into your back body and hamstring stretch. We are here for about 3 minutes, so make any adjustments that you need to fully relax and anchor in on the focus point of this practice. Long, deep breath. Last few long, deep inhales and exhales here. On your next inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Head is last to rise. Come through tabletop now, facing the back of your mat, and through downward facing dog. From here, take any organic movements that feel good, releasing the last set of poses. Now lower the left shin behind the hands through pigeon, swan pose in Yin Yoga. Adjust yourself as needed, perhaps propping the left hip with the block or pillow, before forward folding with a long spine over the left shin, with the option to prop your forehead or take your head to the mat. Relax your shoulders and scan your body with your awareness to notice if you're holding any unnecessary tension. Do your best to let that go with every deep exhale. On your next inhale, walk yourself up through seated, facing the long edge of your mat, with the left foot into the right thigh. Propping yourself as needed, sitting on your block or pillow, and perhaps using the strap. And with a long back, fold forward until you feel a nice stretch. Then begin to surrender, connecting with breath and allowing this deep fold to unfold over the next 3 minutes. Very nice. Now slowly rise. Move your props to one side, easily accessible for later, and come through to child's pose, centered on your yoga mat. Now slowly rise to tabletop, and from there turn your fingertips in towards your knees for a gentle wrist stretch. Thumbs to the outer edge of your mat. Stay or inhale through cow pose to deepen the stretch. Exhale to round through cat. Inhale through cow, a gentle arch of the spine. Exhale through cat, relaxing the neck. One more inhale, and one last exhale. Come through to a flat back and turn your fingertips forward through heart-melting pose, walking the hands up the mat and lower the forehead down to the ground, with the option to take a shark fin above your head, hands together, pointing the fingers up towards the sky, allowing your heart to melt towards the mat. Breathe long, deep breaths across back body and chest. We are here for about another minute or so. Release your hands to the earth and slide forward, lowering onto the mat. Slide yourself to the right side of your mat and stretch your left arm long, left ear down for a shoulder roll, rolling over to the left side, planting the right foot outside the left thigh. Option 2. Slide a block or pillow under the head to support the neck, and release your right hand to your low back, sending your breath to your left shoulder and pectoral stretch. Slowly roll onto your front side and lower the right ear to the mat. Arms by your sides, melting everything into the earth. Take a moment, allowing the shoulder to recenter. Now slide yourself to the left side of your mat, extending the right arm long by your side. Then roll in that direction, planting the left foot outside the right thigh. Once again, option to prop your head to support the neck. With your left hand planted in front, or take it behind the low back. Notice how this side may feel different from the last, and honor what you need to fully relax, connecting with breath, sending it to the shoulder and chest stretch. Now mindfully roll onto your front side. Take the opposite ear to the mat. Relax your arms by your sides. And take a few breaths, relaxing everything into the earth. Now place your right hand or forearm under your forehead. Then bend into the left knee and reach the left hand for the foot. Be mindful of your knee here. And breathe long, deep breaths into the front of your thigh stretch, allowing everything else to melt deeply into the earth. Now gently release your right foot down. Switch out your arms. Bend through the left knee, with left hand reaching for foot, hugging the heel in towards the seat, mindful of the knee, relaxing the face, the jaw, the shoulders. Continue to center in on the breath. release your foot and slowly roll onto your backside. And hug your knees in towards your heart center with hands to shins. Take a gentle rock from side to side. Rolling your legs to the right side of your mat and extending the top leg. Reaching your right hand for the calf, ankle, or heel. Gazing over the left shoulder as it relaxes down to the ground. Feeling a nice deep stretch now in the top outer hip, all the way down the leg perhaps. If you'd prefer to keep the top knee bent, then do that. Otherwise, melt the back body into the earth. Soften the legs and stay connected with the breath. Bending through both knees, slowly guide them through center and allow them to fall over to your left side. Extending the top leg, reaching left hand for calf, ankle, or foot. Gazing over the right arm as it draws down to the ground. Breathing into a full spinal twist. The last stretch of this practice. On your next inhale, guide your knees through center and give them a little hug with hands to shins. Now release into a long morning stretch before you set up into final rest. We will take just a few minutes here in Shavasana, allowing the muscles to recenter after all the deep stretching. Soften your eyes, maybe closing them fully, letting the head be heavy and supported. Relax your shoulders, let your arms melt down. Soften your heart, relax your tummy, let the legs be heavy. Breathe naturally now, without control, and I'll wake you in a moment. You may begin to deepen your breath, awaken the body, starting with fingers and toes. Gently rocking the head from side to side, releasing your neck. And inhale to a long morning stretch before guiding knees into chest. Slowly roll to one side and take a moment there. At your own time, come through to a comfortable seated position centered on your yoga mat. Thank you for allowing me to guide you in this special practice. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments. Consider sharing it, giving it a thumbs up, and perhaps subscribing to the channel. We'll see you in the next one. Namaste.